Another day, another questionable design choice made. That pretty much sums up my opinion after learning that ArcheAge is going to adopt a subscription-based business model after transitioning over to Kakao. Today, however, I want to remain as objective as I possibly can. The goal? To discuss my thoughts on the change, what it means for the future of the game, the general reception the announcement has received among the community, and ultimately what changes will take place. Before that though, did you know that almost 60% of you guys aren't actually subscribed to the channel? Crazy, right? Make sure to scroll down and click that subscribe button if you are interested in staying up to date with anything and everything concerning the MMORPG genre. So, yesterday, Kakao released a blog post over on their new ArcheAge website titled Reintroducing ArcheAge Unchained. They went on to state, "We've thought long and hard about the idea behind ArcheAge Unchained and what is needed to fulfill your vision of what Unchained represents. We've made some pretty significant changes to how the service will be provided, what will be available in the cash shop, and how various functions such as the Arc Pass and Patron will work. In order to remove the possibility to increase in-game power with real-life currency, we've opted for a monthly subscription method. Many of the previously paid benefits and marketplace-only items will be automatically included for free or acquired through in-game methods with Mana Storm crystals. This gives even more value to the subscription. Also, any paid items will be purely cosmetic. The monthly subscription will be set at $9.99, both euros and dollars, for 30 days. A discount can be obtained by purchasing subscriptions for longer periods of time." And let's just stop there for a moment. For those of you that are unaware, both ArcheAge and ArcheAge Unchained have separate business models. ArcheAge is free to play and heavily pay to win. ArcheAge Unchained had a premium box price, meaning that you had to purchase the game. It only required a one-time purchase though, with GameGo going on to promise that you would never have to pay a single cent ever again for any updates whatsoever, for any future content. Then a year later, they revealed their Garden of the Gods DLC. They went on to charge players for this, completely going against what they had claimed when players first purchased Unchained. Now, in an effort to combat pay to win, Kakao are claiming the game is not only going to require a purchase, but will also charge you a monthly recurring fee to play, much like World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy XIV. And to say the community is divided over this would be a gross understatement. On the one hand, every player will be given free game time, a minimum of 60 days if you purchased ArcheAge Unchained. You'll receive an additional 30 days if you purchase Garden of the Gods, and a further 60 days on top of that if you had purchased the Gunslinger class. This is a total of 150 days or 5 months. Furthermore, all players, both new and existing, will receive a 30-day free trial, meaning up to 180 days of free time in total, or 6 months. Yet after those months are up, you will be locked out of ever playing the game without first resubscribing to it. Some players are absolutely ecstatic that it is going pay to play, as they believe that this will provide it with the business model that it truly deserves to excel as an MMO. Others are absolutely livid that a game they bought with the promise of being able to play forever will in fact not be playable forever. I genuinely do not believe, after putting in at least 100 hours into both ArcheAge and ArcheAge Unchained combined, that it is anywhere near worth being quality enough for a subscription fee, at least not the current incarnation of the game. Maybe several years ago, sure. The only MMOs that are still capable of pulling a subscription off are Final Fantasy XIV and World of Warcraft. And I'm aware that Kakao is the new company in charge of publishing the game, so theoretically they are not obligated to honor any of GameGo's promises, but this to me seems done in very poor taste. Haven't ArcheAge players suffered enough already? Now, one thing to note concerning pay to win, Kakao did confirm that the marketplace will only only offer cosmetic items going forward, with the removal of every type of boost from the store. Furthermore, like Gamigo initially promised, all future content will no longer be gated behind paid DLC. Rather, both ArcheAge and ArcheAge Unchained players will have full, unfiltered access. The patron system is going to be upgraded and will be completely free to all ArcheAge Unchained players as part of the monthly subscription. They've been a little vague at present as to what the upgrade will feature, but they did promise they will announce and elaborate on it at a later date. All players will be given an entire month of Arc Pass benefits, after which players will be able to continue to purchase it at the cost of 500 loyalty tokens, which surprisingly enough cannot be purchased with real money. Diligence coins are going to be replaced by Mana Storm crystals, which are awarded via the premium Arc Pass, again only available by playing the game. And finally, 20 loyalty tokens are awarded by logging in every single day. What this means is that if you log in for, as an example here, 25 days over the course of a 1-month period, you will have enough loyalty tokens to afford the Arc Pass. So, I have been on Reddit. I have been on the official forums. As I noted earlier, players are divided. Some people believe that this is a positive, and others believe that it's a negative. Honestly, the alterations being made aren't bad. I don't see any reason to go out of my way to attack, or for any of you to go out of your way to attack Kakao for making changes like this. Sure, it might be them just merely attempting to cash in on the game before they ultimately shut it down ahead of the ArcheAge 2 launch in the near future, or it could be exactly what the game needs, which I know a lot of current ArcheAge and ArcheAge Unchained fans are hoping that is the case. I do not in any way personally think turning ArcheAge Unchained into an MMO that requires a subscription is the way to go. To me, that is a terrible idea. However, if this somehow results in ArcheAge becoming a higher quality title, then you know what? More power to them. Although I am firmly of the belief that ArcheAge just isn't what players remember it was. I recall how excited players were when ArcheAge Unchained was announced, a non-pay-to-win return to form. And while enjoyment was most definitely had over the course of the first couple weeks of the game's release, players quickly came to the realization that the game was a drastic departure from what they recalled. What was once one of the most open, one of the most freeing MMOs was now a mess of repetitious dailies. ArcheAge Unchained did what it promised, but the game had just changed so much that it really didn't make that much of a difference. To end all of this, I will note that ArcheAge and ArcheAge Unchained will be launching under Kakao on December 2nd, 2021. I know the topic of fresh start servers has been discussed, and yes, there will be additional fresh start servers opened the very same day for players that want to start this new journey once again from the beginning, to have one final ride.
Someday soon I'm gonna make it. Yeah, all hard work's gonna be worth it.